Hey, I'm Hollywood with Area 51. I've got Chef D sitting next to me, and I got a couple of questions for him today. The people want to know, what all do you do? Because there's so much.
So I'm a singer, I'm a rapper, I'm a private caterer, and I'm also an actual chef too.
Oh, yes. I can attest the food is the best.
Oh, I forgot one too. I'm a host.
Yeah.
I've tapped into the hosting, so I can put on pretty good events, pretty good parties.
Yes. He puts on great events, by the way, guys. What keeps you motivated?
My health keeps me motivated because I think about my family with the history of diabetes and all these heart conditions and stuff.
Yeah.
So what keeps me motivated is just having that in the back of my mind and understanding how important health is and to to keep moving, not being lazy, just to stay on my feet, stay on the grind, and that keeps me motivated the most.
Yeah. And you, by the way, are always on the grind. There's always something that you're doing, so shout out for that. Tell me a little bit about like your childhood growing up. I've never asked.
Okay. Well, my childhood was pretty fun actually. I'm not one of those niggas that's like act like I be from the streets and shit.
Yeah.
But I do, love all. But I grew up in Arlington, Texas. I stayed in the same house from a week old up until 16 years old.
Yeah.
And my mom has worked for General Motors for 40 years.
Wow.
And she's still working there. So she's been really, really supportive throughout my whole life. And I moved to Fort Worth, and I went to a private school for a couple years after my dad passed. That's when I think it was the same year I started high school, which was at Summit for 2 years, Mansfield Summit High School. And then I went to a private school called Fellowship for my junior and senior year. So, yeah, I've been in the studies. School's been cool for me, but I've always wanted to be a chef.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to mainly just be a chef. And then I decided to sing once my dad passed because he was a gospel singer. So I was just like, let me try this out. You know what I'm saying? And he was pretty decent. So I kept at it. And I as a kid, I grew up just singing in my bedroom.
Wow.
And, teaching myself how to sing different techniques. And I grew on up.
Yeah. And you are amazing, by the way.
Thank you.
I can relate. I also lost my father as well. How old were you when that occurred?
I was 14. It was my first year of high school. It was literally the first week because it was September 6th, 2011. And we started like August 27th or something like that. So it was literally that first week. And ever since, like, I stopped caring about school, like my grades, like that. When I went to that private school, it was really a blessing because my transcript was awful. Like, they held it down and they, made sure I got a diploma.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was 14 when it happened, and yep, right when school started for me, right when high school started.
God bless. And all that, I almost feel like I can feel that through anything that you do. It just communicates, and we feel that. The way you sing is so soulful. So that's beautiful. And then aside from that, were there any obstacles when you first started doing music, industry-wise? And
yes, the only obstacles I'd say that I had were other artists that I collabed with, because I've always been a friendly type of person, and I just wanted to work with anybody. Like, if they had a song, then cool, we can work together. But I started learning that I can't just be working with anybody out here because everybody's intentions are so different. And like, I wanted to do it not only for fun, but like I like you were mentioning earlier, like you have to. This is not an industry to be lazy. It's not an industry to be, doing it without, some type of push motivation. And I had that. So my biggest obstacle was really just working with artists that were just doing it, for the wrong reasons. And I just couldn't move with them, and it kind of like put me down at times. I'm just like, dang, like I thought, like just because you got a song with someone does not necessarily mean that that's your partner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's gonna be your forever person.
Homeboy, yeah.
So yeah, that's really it. It was really just other artists. Like I got in my own lyrics on Figured It Out, I said, "Fuck a rapper, need to find a friend." That's really what I was saying. Like I'm just like, I really just want good connections out here, not necessarily people that are artists. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah.
And that's fair. Not just people that are like, oh, I want to do a song with you. Yeah.
Right.
And it's like, oh, you're not really genuine.
Facts.
What's your favorite song from Chef's Kiss?
My album Chef's Kiss, my favorite song. Okay, my favorite song on that album is probably going to be Last Time.
Last Time? Yeah.
Because it was really just me talking shit about me performing, like when I perform on stage, and people like, I don't know if it's just an Arlington thing because it's really where it happened, but like when I have sets with my live bands, you'll get a lot of drunk people coming on stage, like either requesting a song or trying to like talk to you, and it's just like, dog, I'm in the middle of a set, bro, like move. So Last Time is me saying, hey, let this be the last time that you interrupt my set, that you try to, sabotage my show. Yeah. So but yeah, it's fun. It got a little groove to it. So I like performing that song. That's probably my favorite one for sure. The first track.
I like that one too. We also have a song together called Shining.
Yes, ma'am. One of my favorites as well.
And we'll talk a little bit about that, but I want you to tell the people just the backstory and how we just got together, and it was really just genuine and like a movie, to record with you for the first time.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, shout out to Speak Easy. Shout out to these open mics I've been a part of since I've started, because that's really, it's been a light to find, individuals that share a passion of music. And, like I was mentioning earlier, the people that do it for the wrong reasons, you can really, there is enough people to meet to where you can actually find that genuine connection. And like, so shout out to the open mic, shout out to Speak Easy. That's pretty much where it all started. And Hollywood has been supportive literally since day one. I remember the day I met you, it was in December. I think we've hit a year. We've officially hit a year of knowing each other. And I was doing my Christmas music, and you were just recording. I'm just like, this is a fantastic host. Like the hosting skills are just on point. And I admired that. And yeah, so I stayed consistent. We recorded that in September. That was September. We dropped it in October. So that was 9 months of knowing you and watching you grow and seeing you as a host and an artist and a performer. Like, me watching that was really inspiring. And I just like, I got to get her in the stew. Got to make it happen. And when it happened, it was so natural. Like, you already know, like, it was literally one phone call. You showed up, and then we just chilled, sipped on a little drink, ate a little pizza. It was just like, bro, what should we write about? Like, figured it out right then. It was very, very, very quick and dope. Shout out Shining.
That's what I love. That's what I love about it, guys. We had no concept of what the song was going to be about. We sat down and just made it happen.
Right then.
Man, I love that. And go stream Shining right now. Featuring Hollywood.
Please, fan favorite.
What is one thing that you would say people don't know about you that you don't normally disclose?
Okay, I would say a little fun fact that people probably don't know about me would be that I'm 26 years old, and I've only been in 2 serious relationships. Mm-hmm. And, it's even though I've only been in two serious relationships, I really do feel like a pro at relationships because it's like I watched a lot growing up, like with the people I was around. Like I've seen toxic relationships, I've seen very loving relationships, and with me, it's only literally been 2, and it's only going to be 2 at this point. Mm-hmm. Like that's like I'm at my last one. Like there's no more already, and it's just like. It's an interesting fact because, I I don't feel like I need to go out and explore. And I actually
no.
had, after my first one, I had a good year to do what I need to do. And I said, I don't want this anymore. I don't want to like have to deal with another breakup. So I prepared myself, and where I'm at now is really in a really, really good place, you know, with that. So yeah, that's a fun fact. Like I've only been in 2 relationships, and yeah, that's all I want.
Yeah. And that's good. I love your girlfriend, by the way.
Thank
Super
you.
sweet, super genuine.
Shout out to her.
Yes. And where does I want to know, because you're very business savvy. I've worked with you multiple times. And I want to know, where does that come from? Is there someone in your family that just kind of taught you the game, or where does that?
You know, I really wish that there were people in my family that
taught you the game.
For real. Like my family, I don't have any family members that are like on top of business, like and running their own stuff. They love to work. Like I said, my mom worked at General Motors for 40 years. So it's like, I never learned that from a family member. I really learned it from media. I've learned it from like just watching videos and like learning for myself, YouTube videos, and seeing other artists do it. Like when you see artists like Nicki Minaj that has perfume brands and doing all this type of branding aside from music, like Rihanna doing aside from music, having her clothing line. Like when I see that was the biggest motivation for me. That's showing, okay, it's a business. So
it's a business,
yeah,
for sure.
And aside from singing, I want to cook. That's what I like to do. That's what I have been doing. Yeah. And that's what I'm good at. So it's like that's how I'm gonna continue my business. I want my own food truck. I want to I want to go on a food truck tour. Like I want to be able to go to different cities around Texas and other states and like have my food truck running during the day and then have a live performance at night.
Shut up.
And just that way I'm getting my money, you know what I'm saying, with my food, get my money with my music, which is literally, that's it. Like those two. And hosting, you know what I'm saying? Like everything that I say I do, I want to do it all at once. And I'm starting that food truck. Like it's going to happen. It will. It's a mapped out vision. So stay tuned. But yeah, it's the Taste Experience. That's the name of my band, and yeah.
And I'm not gonna keep you too long, but I do want to know what got you into cooking. Is there any influence in the family? Anything?
Yes, it was really just my mom has always been a fantastic cook. She took after my grandmother, and I love to eat. I was a big kid growing up. I was like 360, the biggest was I ever been. And I've lost I'm like 100 pounds less than that now. So I love to eat, but my biggest inspiration was really it was always the shows, the cooking shows that was the biggest inspiration with my cooking. Just watching, I wanted to have my own cooking show. Let alone from just being a chef. I was just like, this is where the fun's at. Like, just being able to show people, like, yo, check this out. And, yeah, just having flavor.
I see that, too. Right? Now that you say that, I can see you doing that, having a show. You guys, stay tuned. This guy is amazing. Tune in. He's got Chef Kiss on all platforms right now. Shining's out. He has other music out that's amazing. He's going to be performing soon here. You're going to see that live. And I just want to say thank you for being like an amazing friend and just always being so genuine. And my name is Hollywood. That's Chef D. This is Area 51. Peace.